It's the spooky season, so I was very pleased to jump into Halloween Kills, which is directed by David Gordon Green, who directed the previous Halloween movie. It stars Jamie Lee Curtis. She is back in a new trilogy with David Gordon Green sort of overseeing the production. Danny McBride is one of the producers. John Carpenter is an executive producer and provides the soundtrack to this. Johnny Millennium and I reviewed Halloween a couple of years ago and really enjoyed it. It was a terrific film, and it really evoked the 1970s spirit of the classic original. And I think Halloween Kills is an extension of that. It's beautifully shot to evoke a different era, which I really like. There's some flashback sequences as well, but it all kind of blurs and blends the timing in this, because it's been 40 years since the original Halloween hit the screens and became a sensation and spawned a whole bunch of sequels. And this movie picks up on that, but the modern cinematography doesn't look all that much different from the classic cinematography. There's lots of really uncomfortable tight shots on characters' faces. Everybody looks very natural and very sweaty and very dirty and bloody, and it's unnerving. It's not glamorous, and in a 1970s way, it really gives you a sense of being there, being present with these characters, feeling the breath on your skin, their terrified breath on your skin, as they're being chased by this relentless pursuer who just cannot be stopped. You know, that's the kind of supernatural charm of Michael Myers. He is just an impressive foe for not only Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, and her family, but also the whole town of Haddonfield. He just is pursuing everybody and stabbing people and bludgeoning them with all kinds of objects. There's this incredible sequence where Michael Myers takes on a whole suite of first responders. The movie picks up right at the end of Halloween, the previous movie, and Jamie Lee Curtis is rushing to the hospital and she's bleeding because she was inflicted with all kinds of damage. You have to see the previous movie. This movie exists in this weird out-of-context setting if you don't have any correlation or connection to at least the previous movie. And then, of course, everything is benefited if you've got the full range of, inside illusions and connections dating back to all of the Halloween sequels, right from the original. I had seen the original Halloween, but I'm not a huge horror movie person, so I didn't follow along with everything. I've probably seen a few of these old classic Halloweens on VHS, but they didn't stick with me. But that didn't stop me from really enjoying the previous Halloween, and I also did enjoy this one, but it does feel incredibly, which is kind of silly to say, and it feels much darker than the last Halloween, and it's really a gory slasher pick. Like, a lot of death happens. It's crazy how many people Michael Myers brutalizes and kills in this movie. And you'll see famous actors and supporting actors and stuff. They'll pop up, and they don't last long. And it kind of takes you out of it a little bit, because you're like, I know that guy from that thing, and then he's dead. But it was still intriguing, and I certainly enjoyed the craftsmanship of the film. I love the music that John Carpenter wrote. It's just so cool and out of time and eerie and perfect for this kind of film, just like it was when he crafted the music for the originals. I like the way that it was made. I thought the performances were all right. There is some heavy-handed dialogue that is a little on the soap opera side of things, a little silly. Stuff escalates, and you see the fear and the tension and the wacky kind of like mob mentality that the town takes on. A lot of poor choices, as we see often in slasher flicks. And Anthony Michael Hall has a great supporting role in this. He actually does a really solid job. He's very believable, even though his character Tommy Doyle is slightly over the top, and everything is just super heavy and dramatic, and there's no nuance there. He's just like in your face, but you believe him. And it was fun to kind of see the clockwork mechanism of all of this stuff taking shape. I just wasn't emotionally along for the ride. I didn't really care too much about the terror that these people were facing. I mean, a few times it was like, no, you dummy, don't go that way. But it felt a little less powerful than the previous Halloween film did. And I think part of that might be because this is the second part. It's the middle part of a trilogy. Halloween Ends is scheduled to come out next year, and it's supposed to wrap up everything with this new trilogy. And I'm excited to see that, because it might make this film feel a little bit stronger, and it might make a pretty terrifying Halloween triple feature next year as well, to watch them all together. But yes, I did much prefer the first David Gordon Green Halloween film to this one. But I think if you really liked that one, I think you're still going to get some enjoyment out of this for sure. It does carry the narrative along, and everybody does do good work in this as well. I'm not obsessive about Halloween lore, and I don't know all of the details and all of the connections. I know a lot of cast members are returning, and they populate this film, and it's cool to know that, but I don't have stakes in it, no pun intended. I did enjoy it, though. I'm going to give Halloween Kills a 7 out of 10.